So let's go ahead and move on to topic number 6. Has to do with my boy Byron Allen, the billionaire. Has looked like he has a lawsuit, like he is going to be suing McDonald's, and I think he has a good reason, and I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say about this right here. And so I'm gonna come to One Take Big Dog first, and I have the report right here from USA Today, and it says McDonald's sued for $10 billion by Byron Allen on networks alleging racial discrimination in ad spending. And before we get into all of this, I have a little clip that I want to play for you guys, and here it is right here.
Thanks, MK. New tonight, media mogul Byron Allen launching discrimination accusations against Chicago-based McDonald's. A new lawsuit filed by 2 of Allen's media companies claims the fast food giant refuses to advertise on black-owned TV networks, including the Allen-owned Weather Channel. According to Bloomberg News, the suit claims McDonald's spends less than 1% of its ad budget with black-owned businesses. McDonald's response: they plan to more than double ad spending with minority and women-owned businesses over the next few years.
What the fuck? There you go, guys. What you laughing at?
They just admitted that they're doing what they claim they're not doing.
Yo,
yeah. I told be more careful, man.
Right,
Look,
right.
the only way they try to support blacks is putting damn Kevin in the commercials, sending him to college when I was in high school. Larry, you remember Kevin? Don't you remember Kevin, Larry? They had
from
Kevin,
McDonald's, yes,
in the McDonald's commercial.
And he would open the letter with his McDonald's scholarship.
Yes. God told BMO, Lord.
No, keep going, keep going.
I'm done, man. Because this is asinine, ASA 10, ASA 20. McDonald's has been guilty of this shit for years, and the only time they want to deal with minorities is when they want to placate minorities, when they want to ostracize minorities. With Kevin, they was in a lawsuit, which was the whole reason why we had Kevin in McDonald's in the first place. Then they tried to align themselves with A$AP Rocky, one of these new rappers I don't know nothing about. Y'all
like
know these rappers.
Items.
What is his name? I don't know. But
Travis
all these rappers
Scott.
Sound like T-Pain. Yeah, Travis Scott. So they tried to align with him because this lawsuit was coming down the pipe. So that would have been another way for them to say, we're working with minorities. I mean, at the end of the day, people, it would be best if you, whenever you can, send your money to places that deal with minorities doing good things. I have stock in a couple of minority companies. CB1 is a black company that does big things. Do I own any stock in McDonald's? Hell to the no. And it's because of stuff like this. They've been doing this. As a matter of fact, if you ever read or watch the story of McDonald's, check out how the original McDonald's owners are not the owners. The guy who had the land screwed McDonald's, the original guys, out of the land. And that type of behavior has been what McDonald's has built as their bread and butter. And they clearly telling you they don't care about minorities because they just told you in the news report. I don't know whatever else you need. Big One Take, I'm so sorry, but I just remember the Kevin story. And I'm thinking to myself, seeing his black ass in there ain't about to make me want to go flip no fries like I'm going to get a scholarship. Take it, One Take. I'm sorry.
Listen, Lamont, I can't say anything better than what you said. When they literally come out and admit it in the exact same thing, like, yo, like, there's no making up for that.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, God.
It is not. It is not. Hold on. Let me grab this super chat real quick. I don't even know what it says. He's going to be cussing at everybody. And hold on.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, I hope it's safe. Wisdom, $4.99. Why would anybody be surprised about bias and discrimination in Hollywood? Many of them grew up in the same communist communities as racist police and doctors. Right on. You hit the nail on the head, Ocean's Truth and Wisdom. So, thank you so much for that. I got to hop in here. On your point, Lamont, about the original owners, man. First of all, I haven't really, McDonald's, the fries are good, but I haven't eaten at McDonald's in a minute. It's just not healthy. And so I just tend to stay away. I'm not trying to knock anybody if you eat fast food, but it's better than McDonald's. So I don't support them. I could have sworn there was part of the companies that make profits off of prison slave labor. I could be wrong, but so that's another reason why I literally can't go there because you're enslaving black people in prison. Another thing, after you see the movie The Founder, like he was saying, bro.
Right.
Oh my God.
Bro.
That Croc, bro, he was a devil.
Man.
He was a demon, just no remorse, stole the company. It was just, I mean, they were very naive. And if y'all haven't seen The Founder, please watch it. It is a great movie.
Please.
But this dude said, man, he's like, man, this is capitalism. This is competition. He's like, I don't care if my enemy is drowning. I will put a hose down his throat and smile. I'm like, how can you say that about another human being on some competition? That's ridiculous. So
I'm here to tell you, B. Avery, it's real in the field with a lot of businesses like that. I've been in the business game and they talk just like that. It's real out there, man.
Yeah. So Byron Allen calling ass is out. Larry, jump in here, man. How you feeling?
First of all, I just have to say shout out to Byron Allen for all of you out there wondering, like, how come black people aren't owning networks and doing the Byron Allen just quietly started acquiring TV networks and not really saying anything. And I think part of the reason for that is he looked at some of the other high profile people out there that were trying to buy networks and they got it shut down because the white establishment was afraid of them having that. And I think Byron Allen realized if I want to own a network, I'm going to have to do it quietly and then just have it and exercise all of that power and influence from behind the scenes. And so he did. But snap!
Okay, must be something nice. Let me. Oh my gosh!
You gotta give him the dub. You gotta give him
the dub. Can you do this one for Paul Mooney? Yes. Review Bamboozle. Hold on. Which I can't see a goddamn thing. Hold on. Let's do Will Smith. Is this Will Smith? Thank you so much for the super chat. Can you do this one for Money Review Bamboozle? $5 super chat from Round the Pavement. Lamont, my system is acting like yours on Friday, man.
I know, man.
It's going crazy. But $100. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the point is.
You got to give him the dub, baby.
I got to give him a few things.
Got to give him.
I got to do this.
That's the best right there, boy.
It is. Dub, $100. You all keep it up. A W with a dub. Thank you so much, W. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. God, dog.
Loving that.
Man.
Right.
And I was having a conference call with Larry about the computer and stuff. He trying to get me right. Man, this is wonderful. I forgot who was on, man. Who was talking?
You was talking.
I was talking.
You was talking because you was highlighting the people that they should go and watch The Founder about McDonald's.
Oh yeah. Do that. They're monsters, man. It broke my heart, but it's a wake up call just to let you know just how sinister and evil and nefarious these business owners, these devils, these demons are. You know, you can learn a lot from it, and I will just never forget that scene, that quote, just like, you know, and just the ending of the movie, how he just stole the company and just didn't give a damn. I mean, now again, like I was saying, the original owners were a little naive. You know, you can't just be that stupid, but at the same time, you know, I'm looking at 60, 70, 80 years of research, while at the time, you know, they didn't have all those examples, but OneTakeBigDog, have you seen The Founder?
I have not seen it yet.
Put it on the list. Put it on the list.
Put it on the top 5.
Yeah, put it on the list. And this don't got nothing to do with nothing. Put also Shawshank Redemption on the list. Please put that on the list.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay, good.
And I got
there's another show.
I got one more capitalism story you need to put on the list. Wolf of Wall Street, if you ain't seen it.
I love Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Already. Well, I'm sorry, Larry. You gave your 2 cents on this too, right?
I don't know. Did I? I don't think so. Anyways,
no.
I will say this, man.
That's messed up. Go ahead, Larry.
I will say I did give a shout out to Byron Allen for owning his networks and getting that cracking. I will say this though. I think that I think it's shameful and utterly ridiculous that they try and lump in his networks with as if it should be a part of some sort of minority urban budget with the Weather Channel.
Right.
Just because a property is owned by a black person does not make it some sort of urban product that needs to be categorized in a differently. It's the Weather Channel.
It's the Weather Channel.
It's the weather. I mean, there's no black and white, and if it rains, you know, unless you're a black woman who just got her hair done, it does not. The weather does not make any difference if you were black or white. And the Weather Channel is just the Weather Channel. It is. I think that it has not changed since he bought it, except for the fact that they stepped the production values of that network way the F up.
Yeah.
You know, and so. I mean, that to me is shameful that he has to even deal with that. What I do hope happens, since he's suing him for $10 billion, I hope they settle out of court for like a good billion, because that will probably make up what he lost. I mean, I don't know if he would have made a full billion from there, from McDonald's alone, but I think that it would set a good example. He would get some of that money that he should have gotten, and it will make a good example out of McDonald's to let them know you cannot do this crap.
Can't do it.
You know?
Mm-hmm. What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay.
Ocean's true.
That's why I was saying at the beginning of the right. That's why I was saying at the beginning of the show I should have this thing where it says my skin color is not a discount, because you should not be able to get black advertising dollars. You know, you shouldn't be able to get advertising black networks on a discount. You should be paying brothers what you pay everyone else.
Hell, probably should be paying more, to be honest with you.
Let me read this real quick. Whenever they claim that the studio won't like something or the fans won't support something, who they're really talking about is like-minded racists. Right on. There you go.
And you know what the problem with that comment that he's saying? What happens is that a lot of the people who are racist, some of the racist comic book geeks and others, they get up there on Reddit and they get in these forums and they start talking about this, and they get all bent out of shape, or they get on Facebook or Twitter, and they're very vocal. So they may be a minority, but they're a very vocal minority. And that just causes a problem, because then the studios start to pick it up and they hear it. Other people are saying, oh, did you hear that conversation, or what's been going on online? So-and-so's all upset that they're casting this black person or that black person. And it just could be a very small minority. The vast majority of people may be very excited to see something new and fresh and different, but they're not going to get up there and scream that, because
they're chilling.
They're chilling.
Right. And B.A., I know you're trying to move on, but I just got to say this.
No,
some of the very anti-recast T'Challa rants are coming from these racist groups on Reddit. And to think that Marvel would even listen to that or entertain that should just tell you where they're coming from. They're not coming from a place of love. They are trying to now use Chadwick Boseman's death as a pogo stick to say, well, you should respect him and the character and not bring him back. Bullshit. You don't want Black Panther coming back because he was a great role model for black men. Period.
100%. 100%.
And they're trying to do this divide and conquer thing too, because I've seen out there where people are trying to make it seem as if black men just don't want a black woman to shine, because they're saying, well, why can't Shuri be Black Panther? Why don't you want to see that? Why can't a black woman shine? Why are you always trying to hold us back? And it's ridiculous. And one, it just shows your ignorance towards the comics. So you're trying to talk about what should happen based on comic book material, except you don't know the material. And two, you can have Black Panther Shuri and Black Panther T'Challa because it already exists in the comics.
You're right.
You know, you don't have to get rid of one to have the other.
And let me go ahead and shout out some other fellow black YouTubers in the chat right now. We got Black Gay Comic Geek. Exactly. Pay us all the things. Damn near all pop culture comes from black folk. Yeah, white folk people profiting off of it. This dude makes good videos. Go check him out. And also my sister, Miss Taisha Essex. And this is I'm gonna throw this wrench in here because this is people do feel this way. I haven't talked about it, but I believe Byron is only out for himself and using the grassroots to further his selfish motives. Now, shout out to Taisha Essex. She's on my channel tab as well. Go subscribe to her channel. She's on code also. But also a lot of people feel that way about Byron Allen. They're just not sure. And I didn't want to speak on it because I just haven't done enough research. But He also sued Comcast a couple of years ago
Mm-hmm.
for even more for kind of the same reasons, and he won in court. I believe it was over the 1866. I'm gonna say Indian, not 1865 civil rights. Yeah, 1865 Civil Rights Act. But I think they was able to cut a deal.
1965.
There's a not right. There's an
How about
1865 too though.
Okay,
There's
all
two.
right.
I didn't, and a lot of people was like, people thought talking about 1965, but there was an 1865 one too, and so I think they came to a settlement. But a lot of people like Judge Joe Brown, other pundits with a lot of subscribers on YouTube were just saying, okay, we love Byron Allen, but I mean, like, are you only doing this to try to get attention? Because you know, here it is right here. He was in court. This is a picture of him standing outside. And all these black people were supporting him, and some people felt like he was just really didn't care for the black movement and was just using them to help push his agenda. So I don't know. It's definitely something to look into. I'll say that. But shout out to those people too.
She's right though. There is some merit to what she's saying. I understand a little bit of what she's talking about, and y'all might crucify me for this, but I feel the same way about the Reverend Al Sharpton to a degree.
Oh hell yeah, man! Are you serious?
To a degree, yeah.
Bro, you took the words out of my mouth. You good?
So it's kind of like you want that megaphone he brings with you because you galvanize the group and you get them together. But in the same way they're talking about Byron Allen pimping out race, in essence, is what they're doing. He does that to the hilt, and there is some truth to what she's saying, B. Avery. There is some truth. Yeah. A little bit of it anyway to what she's saying. So yeah, good post.
Oh yeah.
See, I don't know what Byron Allen is doing, to be honest with you, to help brothers and sisters. I don't know, because he seems like he moves very, very quietly. Like he does stuff, but he moves in silence. And people often say real G's move in silence. And so for all we know, he may be hiring black folks and have executive training programs for people. I just simply don't know, because he's not out there advertising that. He's not out there saying, look at me, look what I'm doing. Because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people get up there and they want to talk about the community, and they want to talk about everybody else, and they want to throw up their arms and say, look at me, look what I'm doing. But there's other people who just simply do that shit and don't ever say anything about it. They're not looking for the accolades. They're looking to get they're looking to get the gap closed. And so sometimes if you put yourself out there and say, look at me, people will try and shut you down.
Yeah.
You know,
and so I'll say this, and then we can move on to these last two topics. Like, I mean, I want to support the brother. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, you just look at history. You just don't know. Somebody in the comments said that he's part of the Boule. If you don't know about the Boule, please look that up. Also, I am not a billionaire, and so how much? There you go, Larry. How much weight does my word? This man is in a whole nother league of me financially, so it would be kind of silly for me to be like, yeah, he needs to do this, and you know. So I just trying to stay in my lane at the same time, you know. And so there you go. I think I clicked up. Thank you, brothers. I appreciate your logic and all these matters and respect your observations. Already, Tyson. She's a good sister. Go subscribe to her channel. But let's move on to topic number